I really like how you said that depression is mourning. It's a mourning period. Like I've never thought of depression that way, as to where what am I sad about? And if we actually identify what we're sad about, what is something that would make me depressed? I'm thinking, what is something that would make me depressed? I haven't been depressed in so long. Well, I was thinking finances, but okay, so let's dig deep. Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Why do finances trigger you?
Why would finances cause me to feel depression? Because finances are connected to my livelihood. Finances are connected to my ability to actually live life, my ability to eat. So the things that finances are connected to could potentially, so it's not the money itself, it's what the money represents that would cause my depression. Okay, so if I'm depressed about the things so it's the loss of those, the not being able to experience those things. So because I'm not able to eat the way that I want to eat, I'm not able to shop the way that I want to shop, I'm not able to live the way that I want to live, I'm mourning that. Yeah?
Yeah, in a sense. So from the point that you're bringing, it sounds more like that's like in an anxiety standpoint, like my finances are in control of my food and stuff like that. I feel like when you got to the second half, like not being able to live the lifestyle that you want to have, I feel like that definitely like puts it up.
That's gotta be the difference. I'm like, how out of control does your life have to be where God is like, this is where I'm putting you for you to get your mind right. Like, that's a crazy classroom.
Homelessness is even a big deal.
I'm talking about jail.
Jail, homelessness.
I'm scared of jail.
I feel like they don't really matter in the world of the higher power. Like, it's all baseline.
Yes.
Worldly, that's horrible. You never want to be homeless. But like,
What I receive from that is you really can't, not idolize, but you really can't want somebody else's life because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know at any given time. Like they always say, you have money, why are you complaining? Or all these different things. It's just like, money doesn't do the inner work. Like, and if you were never brought into a space of doing the inner work, and I'm so happy you're in this space because she's one of us.
right?
No, I was like, are you spiritual? She's like, yes. So when you were talking, she said transmuting. She said, you said some other things. I was like, okay, she one of us.
Right.
We ain't got to change our language.
So I can go switch it on.
Yeah.
I know how to use the church language too.
Yeah.
All interconnected. But yeah.
That's so crazy. That's what it is. It's code switching. Wow, I never thought about that. We have to become different people depending on the room that we're in.
You're all some good old Christians who I love. You got a code. You got a code switch.
Yes. Yes, very powerful. I'm recording. Is that okay? I do, but I try to cut out people's talking unless it's or if it's an intimate moment, or you just like cut that out, I'll cut it out. But I like to document this because this is healing, this is collective healing, and this is what we need. That's why I'm doing the sister circles, because like I said, you're over there, you're over there, you're over here, whatever, and I'm over here, and it's like, yo, we could be so powerful if we come together. I've just learned from you, I've already learned from you, and it's just like now I can add that to my toolkit so I can get my work done. You know what I'm saying?
And vice versa. Like, it's not all about us taking your energy, we're reciprocating, we're growing each other. It's all about us all gaining experiences, healthy experiences, positive experiences, new experiences. Some people are eating batteries every single day because they go to work. They get their money because all we're told is to get money to pay your bills. But how are they living their life? How are you reaching out to people who are growing you and giving you the best outcome, So that's kind of what we're focusing on as well.
Yeah. So with that, on your healing journey, question for the room is, how are you handling your children, your spouses, your friends, all these different things where it's just like, you went crazy, and how do you even coexisting because I'm married, and it is the hardest thing to exist with. And I don't mean this in a I don't mean I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's so difficult to coexist on someone who's on a different vibration than you, and they are completely rejecting what you're bringing them, or they're making changes. But here's the thing with my husband, you know, he makes changes, but they're not based off of understanding, because if they were understanding, we wouldn't be here again. But we keep circling back to the same conversation, just in a different setting. So it's disappointing to me. I'm just like, I got to figure out how to exist around you and not be with you, because it's just like, I want my kids to grow up with both their parents. And I don't dislike my husband. I love him to death. He's my best friend. But it's just like, yo, you're not doing the work and you're stuck. Meanwhile, me and these kids are out. Like 3, 4, 5 D, we out. And it's just like, how do you move in that?
Is anybody else married?
No, of course.
We're halfway there.
Yes. But you have children, you have friends, you have church friends. Like, how do you move? Like, how do you keep those relationships? Like,
So I've been married 14 years,
okay.
And we met online, and we got married like 10 months. Well, I guess not even 10. So we met in February, and by October we were married.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been married ever since.
Amen.
Yeah.
When you know, you know.
Yeah.
No, when I moved to Arizona, I was like, this is my last relationship.
It's not when you know, you know. It's when you're ready to commit.
You think so?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Because we both were in space in our life where we were betting on God. Like, God, if it's going to happen, you got to do it. And he was in that space for himself, for his circumstances, and I was in that space for myself, for my circumstances. And then we got together, right? And as we started to get together and the masks start to come off, the known mask and then the non-known mask, it was like we chose not to get divorced. And so I can't say that is a choice for everyone. Like, people have whatever happens in their relationships, and you gotta protect yourself, your kids, and your finances, like all that stuff. But we're still together now because we keep choosing to stay married. And at some point in time, he fights for me more, and I fight for him less, and I fight for him more, and he fights for us less. And I think when I was in that cycle of like, you're not doing the work that you need to do to meet me at the level I'm at, there was a mask that I didn't know I was wearing was critique and judgment. And I critiqued and judged myself so much that it was natural and normal to critique and judge other people. To where I was just like very harsh when they felt like they were being critiqued and judged.
Because why aren't you accepting my critique and judgment?
Yeah, not even that. I was always that nice. Like, if you wasn't black, you would know. Right? But yeah, like, because I did it to myself and I responded to myself with a
You're used to it.
Not even, I enjoyed it.
I love analyzing.
It gave me results. Like, and I was like, if you want your life to be better, get these critiques and this judgment.
Like, duh.
And you figure out the things you want.
Yes.
You're so funny. This is what you say.
I know. I'm like, okay, Michelle, and what else? Because save my marriage.
Yeah, that's how I live that's how I've been living my existence for such a long time, that when I started like studying the Bible scripture about like the fruits of the spirit and gentleness, and I was like, well, what does it even mean to be gentle? Like, I had never realized like I was just never gentle. One, I wasn't parented in a gentle way. I didn't grow up in a gentle environment, and I just never knew what it meant to actually be gentle with myself. When I started to figure out how to be gentle with myself, it helped me figure out like why I was judging, And I told my husband, like, I felt like my future meant I couldn't be with you, and I had to make a decision. Do I want the future I believe I should have and not be with you, or do I want to be with you? And all those things, like my kids and my life and all that stuff, were human reasons, like 3D reasons to stay. But like, I just made a choice that like, when I look around, like, of all my people in my life who really got my back, like he's a person that even if I was to divorce him, he would still be in my life. So like maybe I put down the focusing on like why you not black man in your journal, black man trying to do the things you're trying to do, like, and just really start focusing on okay, why, like there are things about me that I can still improve. And if I truly get to the place where I'm all the way up here and he's still down there, that I feel like I won't have this inner conflict. I won't have to talk myself into it or talk myself out.
It'll be,
you know,
it'll be
Like
natural.
why?
It'll be
Yeah.
natural.
And then as I did that, he's naturally just started shifting. Not in the way I thought he was going to shift,
Mm-hmm.
but in a way that felt compatible with who I
Mm.
thought I was. You know, he was able to give me the things that, like, you know, I felt I needed that I wasn't getting from anyone. That just made it. You know, there was this. I feel like it was someone on Instagram, but some rapper, I forget who it was. But somebody was just like, they were living in the days of like, you know, back in the day they used to tell you you gotta find a reason to stay, and that was like the epitome of love, like find a reason to stay. And like now the future is about find a reason to leave, you know, in the sense of that like this love is so good that I gotta find a reason to leave. Versus this love is so bad I gotta find a reason to stay. And I just started shifting, and I'm in a place in my marriage where our love is so good, like I have to find reasons to leave, and that's relatively new. And it wasn't because I fixed him. It was because I just said,
Kept working on yourself.
yeah.
Keep working on yourself. That is the takeaway.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say. Sometimes you forget that, like, you may be the problem. Like you as an individual.
No, man, no, don't slap me in my face. I didn't come here to get slapped in the face.
Please help me.